Well, from stuffing to mashed potatoes to that good cranberry sauce, you can always put a twist on those Thanksgiving dishes to make them stand out.
Are you really going to leave out your favorite part of the dish?
Oh, or Brussels sprouts.
These two are huge Brussels sprouts. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what planet are you guys from? Melissa Smith is here. She's got some great dishes she wants to show us for Thanksgiving. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. No holiday table's complete without Brussels sprouts, right?
I agree. I like Brussels sprouts.
So the first one, I really, really love this one. This is, let's say maybe you are trying to cut out gluten, or maybe you're trying to increase your nutrient density. So this is stuffing, but, right? And so typically you use chopped up bread as kind of the base of this. So for this one, we actually roast some cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, our favorite ever, and fennel. You guys know fennel?
I did not know this was fennel. I can't say I've ever bought this in the grocery store. I probably ignored it because it looked weird.
Yeah, it's really good. And roasted,
Wait, are you
kind of.
kidding me? You're going to say that looks weird and Brussels sprouts look normal?
I don't know. This doesn't look as intimidating because all you do is cut off the bottoms.
There's no fluffy stuff on it. But for this, you just kind of cut up the, the main stalks, and then you toss the cauliflower, the Brussels sprouts, and the fennel in a little olive oil. Roast it at about 450 for maybe 25 minutes so they get really nice and caramelized. And while that's going on, on the stove top, we've got some breakfast sausage that we cook up.
Okay.
And this is like turkey squared because this is turkey breakfast sausage.
Oh.
So it's a little
healthier.
A little lighter.
Okay.
And so we saute that up. And then we throw in our stuffing and our celery, or our onion and our celery. So that's kind of how we make regular stuffing, is, sauteing all that up. But instead of adding the bread, we just add those roasted veggies, because so they have kind of like a nice crunchiness and all of that to them.
Okay.
And then season them up with our typical Thanksgiving stuffing seasoning.
Right.
I love this breast stage. Isn't that like instant Thanksgiving?
That's so nice.
So good.
It does. And I have the rosemary. Is that what this is?
So we use a little bit of sage, a little bit of rosemary. So it's really the same flavors.
It smells good.
I know. They're really, really good. Okay. I love that one.
Okay.
So the other recipe, so we're doing another twist.
Okay.
And so typically we just have mashed potatoes, but I wanted to kind of up the veggie intake a little bit. So we've got 1 potato, we've got 3 parsnips, and then we use half a cauliflower.
So how do you cook parsnips? Because I've never bought them or made them in my house.
Really?
No.
They're really good. They almost remind me of kind of like a zesty carrot, if that makes sense. But I just toss all of this, peel the potato, cut them into chunks, cut these guys into chunks, and then cut the cauliflower into chunks, throw it in the pot. But instead of water, I cook it in chicken broth. And so it actually imparts a little bit more richness and depth of flavor. And then when they're all cooked, probably takes about 16 minutes or so, just checking it with a fork. And then I actually just mash it all together with the chicken broth. And then, of course, you want to have a little extra goodness, so you want to throw a little butter in there.
Well played.
Yay, butter.
It's Thanksgiving. You got to have some butter.
Yes.
And then I just use a little bit of half and half, too.
Okay. Can we put it in a bowl so that people can see what it's supposed to look like? Because if I think about all those ingredients that you're throwing in there, it's kind of hard to know, okay, how much mashing needs to be done. But it does look like mashed potatoes.
Bowl, if you don't mind.
Super clear bowl?
Yeah. So this is potato, parsnip, cauliflower, butter, broth, and that's it?
And butter, broth, and a little bit of half and half.
And half and half, excuse me.
Yeah, so it totally looks like the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And it's really good. Like it
smells good.
It smells amazing, doesn't it?
Yes.
Is it time to try some? And I feel like this is such a great way to kind of get more veggies at the table.
Hand me a little turkey plate there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yay.
There you go.
Oh, gobble, people.
Here, do you want ready, Larson?
I'm just taking a scoop from here so I can try a bite first before I fully dig in.
I'm going to take a few scoops from here.
Now, instead of just mashing, could I throw this in a blender if you're not the person who likes the lumpy mashed potatoes?
Absolutely. Or if you had one of those immersion blenders and you really wanted to kind of get it like really like whipped and kind of like smooth, or even just like one of those hand mixer things.
Right.
Just because then you're going to whip it up a little bit.
It's really good. I like to me, I like the fact it's got the different textures going on.
Yeah.
I like the flavor of the parsnip kind of coming through. I think that's really nice.
And
really
I do like cauliflower. And so having the butter and the cream and everything else
Which
in there.
makes everything delicious.
Right. I actually really like it. I probably, if it was sitting on the table, would get seconds of this.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the thing, you feel like, oh, you know what? This is cauliflower. I can have like 8 servings of this. So I
You
feel
just feel
okay.
better about it.
Exactly.
You feel really, and then there's more room for other stuff too. Do you guys want to try the stuffing?
I do.
would
Yeah.
love
I
to.
think we have to, because that's part of our job is to do the taste testing.
This is like serious business here.
Oh, thank you.
Whoa.
Ooh. So this is the breakfast sausage again.
Yep, this is
Oh,
that
thank you
turkey
very
breakfast sausage, sauteed with some onions and celery, and then we've got our roasted.
Give you a, whatchamacallit?
A I didn't get a Brussels
You need a
sprout
Brussels
in
sprout?
here.
I'll get 2.
Give me 2.
There you go.
I did already pick through and had eaten some Brussels sprouts before our show started. That's really good.
Isn't it good?
It's
and it's
really
all
good.
the flavors of stuffing that I really like.
Yeah.
But it's just got kind of more veggies in there, and then it's got the wild rice, which I feel like makes it a little bit traditional.
Right. You know what I'm thinking too is if you made this after Thanksgiving, because you'd have all these vegetables on hand, you could throw some of that turkey in there
Little
to help-
leftover and-
to help use up some of that
Absolutely.
turkey.
Definitely.
Boy, I got to tell you, this is fantastic.
Right?
I'm loving
Yeah.
both of
Kicking
these.
off Thanksgiving, right?
Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Melissa.
absolutely. Thank you guys.
All of our recipes today are going to be up online, ndtoday.tv. And speaking of gobble gobble plates, we're going to be showing you some different ways to make turkey. But first, we want to ask you guys a quick question. So we're going to pull it up on your screen.
What's your favorite buttery shard?
No, that's not the question. How many pounds of turkey do you think are consumed by Americans every year? We'll have the answer coming up next.